Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today, another video where I go through a question that I think is going to be in your exam. Today's question comes from the Extension 2 syllabus in the topic of complex numbers. Now, in complex numbers, roots of unity, very common. However, there are sort of two types, right? There's ones that are cube roots of unity and there's certain questions relating to it. And then there's all these questions relating to bigger proofs. Today's question is actually the ones relating to the cube roots of unity, and I think it's actually quite common. A lot of people focus on roots of unity with the longer proofs, said to power 5 equals to 1, etc. And then they neglect the roots of unity, right? So let's do a question with roots of unity, complex numbers. Now, before I dive in, as always, guys, if you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and then once you finish watching this video, like the video itself. Let's dive right in. All right, cool. Now, today's one, a little bit retro, 2007, but can I just say 2007, it's occurred, repeated so many times, right? So many times. So, sorry, I sound a bit like Trump there. So many times. All right, here we go. Let's dive right in. W is a root of the equation. Okay, roots of unity, right? Yeah, cube roots of unity. Part 1, show that. That's pretty straightforward. 2 marks, right? That's generous back in the day. And then find the value of this, right? Yeah, classic, right? Pretty straightforward. So now, if this question was written better, it would have said where W doesn't equal to 0, right? So can we assume that in this question, right? Because in the answers, they assume that as well. Yeah. Oh, sorry, W doesn't equal to 1. Apologies. Yeah, doesn't equal to 1. Yep. All right. So now, that looks familiar, doesn't it? 1 plus w squared, because we know that if z cubed equals to 1, I can factorize that, right? I can take the 1 over, and then sort of factorize it like that. Yeah. And then go if, since w is a root, and for this purpose, let's say it doesn't equal to 1, so it can't be the root of the first part, therefore w squared plus w plus 1 equals 0. That's it. Simple, right? Yeah, assuming that w doesn't equal to 1. Yeah. Right, part 2. Yeah. I mean, w in this case is omega, but let's call it w. Now, the next one, I like this question, right? Because it's actually really simple. Right? So it's basically asking you to find 1 minus w squared for 8. Yeah. I take a lot of pleasure doing this question. It's 3 marks in the I can guarantee it's probably not going to be sorry, I can't guarantee it's probably not going to be 3 marks in the current series of exams, right? It's probably like 2 marks here. So back in the day, very generous. Now, to do this question, there's basically 2 facts that you need to apply. Fact 1 is what you just proved in from part 1. Now, part 2, the second point is that since w is a root, it's also, if you sub it into this expression here, w cubed is also equal to 1, right? That's important as well. So I've got 2 facts, 1 pink, 1 blue, that I need to use. Now, I say to my students, whenever they give you an expression and then it's cube roots of unity, anytime you see anything that's bigger than a power of 3, break it down, right? Break it down by going, that's the same as w cubed times w. And I know that w cubed is 1, right? Using the blue factor, that's 1, that equals to 1 times w, which equals to w. This one equals to w cubed times w cubed times w squared. Yeah, and w cubed, applying the blue factor, 1 times w squared, right? So break it down, right? Break it down to w squared, right? So what you get in this question so far is you get 1 minus w squared, 1 minus w squared. Obviously, there's 2 of each, so then you might be smart to go, that's like 1 minus w squared, 1 minus w squared squared. And guys, we know algebraically there's 2 squares. I can actually combine the squares, right? Into like 1 minus w squared. Now, expand, right? Expand that bit there, and you get 1 minus w squared plus w cubed. And then I do 2 things, right? I'd go there's my blue fact there. And then I'm just going to rearrange the pink, right? If you rearrange the pink slightly, you get 1 equals to minus W squared, right? And then I'm going to use that in here, right? In here. Yeah, so I know that the pink equals to 1. I know that the blue equals to 1. So that's like 1 plus 1 plus 1 inside that bracket, right? To be like 1 plus 1 plus 1 squared. So the final answer, guys, 9. Beautiful, right? Now, so you use this method, right, of the pink and the blue fact when it's cube roots of unity, especially if they use, say, W isn't 1, to basically get longer expressions. Break it down. Every time you see a power greater than 3, in this case, W power 4, W power 8, break it down, right? Split it, sub in 3, W3 as 1, and then basically slowly work your way through and sub in pink and blue wherever you can, in this case, to get the final answer to be 9. Guys, short question, nice question. That's going to be in your exams. Yeah? Hopefully, in the trials or the HTC, you'll see something like this. Now you know how to do it. All right, thanks, guys. As always, if you like that, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends. Thank you very much.